Namaste everyone. This is the last topic of this particular chapter, current electricity. The topic is potentiometer. The potentiometer is an instrument which is used to find out the internal resistance of a cell and to compare the EMFs of two cells. So here, this is a primary circuit where we have resistance wire, as a wire, long wire which is connected to a source, that is battery, group of cells is called battery, and through a resistance. Okay, so resistance here, it's a variable resistance which is used to change the or vary the current through the circuit. So now the two cells whose EMFs are to be compared. So they are connected to the primary circuit using a two-way key. This is two-way key. Okay, these cells are connected to two-way key, negative electrodes of the two cells. Okay, and a galvanometer is connected to the two-way key. Okay, the positive electrodes are connected together and is connected to a point A in the wire. So this jockey can be moved along the wire for a particular length. Galvanometer shows zero deflection if the circuit is closed. Okay, let phi be the potential drop per unit length. Potential drop per unit length. So in the first case, let this key is closed, means 1 and 3 of this two-way key are connected. So then the cell of EMF E1 or E1 is, the cell E1 is connected to the primary circuit. Okay, when 1 and 3 are closed, E1 is connected to the circuit or potentiometer, okay, through the galvanometer. So now move the jockey or slider along the length. So for a particular point, at a particular point or for a particular value of length, say L1, galvanometer shows zero deflection. Okay, galvanometer shows zero deflection, which indicates that there is no current flowing through the galvanometer, which implies that the EMF is equal to EMF of the cell is equal to the potential drop across these 2 points A and 1. Okay, if the potential drop between these 2 points is the same, potential drop between these 2 points is equal to the EMF of the cell, then only current flowing through the galvanometer becomes zero, or there is no deflection shown by the galvanometer. So therefore, now using Kirchhoff's loop rule for the loop, using Kirchhoff's loop rule, that is KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, to the loop A1 3 G N1 A, to this loop. Okay, so L1 is the balancing length. Okay, so using Kirchhoff's loop rule, now if I use Kirchhoff's loop rule to the loop A13G N1 A, so start from A, so you are getting the positive electrode here, so therefore plus E1. So now there is no current flowing through the galvanometer. Okay, so therefore there is no potential drop across the galvanometer. So point N1, we reached the point N1, from N1 to A. So this is at higher potential, this is at lower potential, right? Because this end is connected to the positive electrode, this end is connected to the negative electrode through the galvanometer. Therefore, this is at a higher potential, this is at lower potential. You are calculating calculating the potential drop from here to here, finding the potential drop from here to here. Therefore, lower potential to higher potential, therefore minus phi into L1, which is equal to 0. Okay. So start from here, point A, you are getting positive electrodes, therefore plus E1. So from here to here, potential drop is negative because you are measuring the potential at this point with respect to this lower potential to higher potential, therefore minus phi into L1. Why it is phi into L1? Because for a unit length, phi is the potential drop. For a length of L meter, what is the potential drop? There is a cross multiplication phi into L. Phi is the potential drop per unit length. For 1 meter length, what is the potential drop? That is phi. For L meter length or L1 meter length, it is phi into L1. So therefore minus phi into L1, which is equal to 0, which is equal to, therefore if that implies E1 is equal to phi into L1. So now open this key. Now the source E1 is disconnected from the circuit. Now close this key 2 and 3. Now 2 and 3 of two-way key are connected. So then this the another cell of EMF E2 is connected to the primary circuit, to the potentiometer. So now move the slider, move the jockey along the wire. Say at point N2, galvanometer is showing 0 deflection. That point may be here also. Okay, length L2 obtained is may be lesser than L1 also, depending upon the value of E1 and E2. Here we have taken E2 is greater than E1. Okay, here we have taken E2 is greater than E1. Therefore, so balancing length obtained is more than the previous case, that is for E1. Okay, balancing length L2 we obtained is greater than L1 because E2 is greater than E1. Okay, so this key is closed. Move the jockey along the wire for a particular length at a particular point N2. Galvanometer shows 0 deflection. There is no current flowing through the galvanometer. Means potential difference between these 2 points A and 2 is equal to the potential difference between these 2 points. That is potential difference across the electrodes of the cell. It is E2. Okay. So therefore, now using Kirchhoff's loop rule to the loop A 2 3 G N2 A, means from here to here. So you are getting, say this is the direction of traverse, clockwise direction. Okay, from here to here you have to move. You are getting positive electrode first, therefore E2. Okay, so this is closed now, 2 and 3. There is no potential drop across the galvanometer because there is no current flowing, right? Because potential difference is same. So you reached this point. This is at lower potential compared to this. You are measuring the potential at this point with respect to this potential difference between these two. Potential at this point with respect to this. So therefore you are getting the negative potential minus phi into L2, which is equal to 0. Therefore E2 is equal to phi into L2. Okay, so now take the ratio. Divide equation 1 by 2. So therefore E1 by E2 is equal to, so phi into L1 by phi into L2. Therefore E1 by E2 L1 is equal to L1 by L2. So you can compare the EMFs of two cells using potentiometer. You are calculating the ratio of E1 to E2. Okay. So calculate L1 by L2. You are calculating the ratio of E1 to E2. That means you are comparing. Comparing means you are taking the ratio of E1 to E2. So usually using this equation we find out the value of the unknown EMF of a cell. Okay, so two cells are connected in which one cell, the EMF of one cell is known, accurately known. What is EMF of the other cell? You can calculate using this method. Using this equation, you can find out E1 if E2 is known. Okay, right? With the good accuracy, if E2 is known, you can calculate E1. If E2 is to be calculated, if E1 is known, then using this equation we can also calculate what is E2. In general, you can compare the EMFs of two cells using a potentiometer. Okay, right. Another application of potentiometer is that it is used to find out the internal resistance of a cell. See, we discussed the working principle of potentiometer already. So, potentiometer works on the principle that the EMF of the cell in the secondary circuit is directly proportional to the balancing length in the uniform wire, or the terminal potential difference in the secondary circuit is directly proportional to the balancing length in the uniform wire. Okay. So, this is the secondary circuit, no? This is the primary circuit. Okay. So, the principle of working of the potentiometer is that the EMF of the cell in the secondary circuit or the terminal potential difference in the secondary circuit is directly proportional to the balancing length in the uniform wire. Okay. So, that is the principle of potentiometer. So, we discussed the comparison of EMF of two cells using a potentiometer, how to compare the EMFs of two cells using a potentiometer, thereby how to calculate the EMF of a cell knowing the EMF of the other cell. Here we derive the expression for internal resistance of a cell. I mean, how to find out the internal resistance of a cell using a potentiometer. Here a cell whose EMF is to be measured and whose terminal potential is to be measured is connected across a resistance box, a variable resistance, that is called resistance box, and those I mean E2 and the resistance box, the parallel combination of that is connected to the potentiometer. Okay. So, here the positive electrode of the cell and one of the terminal of the resistance box are connected together to the point A of the potentiometer, and the other electrode of the cell, negative electrode of the cell, and the other terminal of the resistance box are connected together to a galvanometer, and from the other terminal of the galvanometer is connected to a slider or jockey. Okay, so let phi be the potential drop per unit length. Potential drop per unit length of the wire. So now, if K2 is opened, now this key is opened, then the resistance is not connected to the cell. Okay. So therefore, whatever the potential difference you are getting across the terminals of this cell is nothing but EMF of the cell itself. So let it be just E. Okay. Right. So now here, so if now the jockey is moved along the wire at a particular point, say N1, or at a particular length AL1, galvanometer is showing zero deflection, then using Kirchhoff's loop rule to this particular loop, I can write the EMF of the cell is equal to the potential drop across AN1. Okay. So at a particular point N1, galvanometer is showing zero deflection, means the potential difference across these 2 points A and 1 is equal to the EMF of the cell. Okay, because now K2 is open, external resistance is not connected to the cell. Whatever the potential difference you are getting across electrodes is equal to the potential drop across A and 1, that is equal to EMF of the cell itself, right? So therefore now using, okay, so K2 is open and jockey is moved along the length of the wire. So using Kirchhoff's loop rule, to the loop A, E, G, N1 and back to A, E, G, N1, A. So you are getting, say here you are getting positive electrode first, E. So here there is no current flowing through the galvanometer, right? Potential difference between these two is equal to potential difference between these two, or potential of the potential of the negative electrode and the potential of N1 is the same. Therefore there is no current flowing through the galvanometer, so potential drop across galvanometer is 0. So what is the potential difference from N1 to A? This is at higher potential since positive electrode is connected. So this is at lower potential. Therefore, you are measuring the potential drop from here to here. Therefore, minus phi into L1. Okay, right? Why it is phi into L1? Because for 1 meter length, the potential drop is phi. Phi be the potential drop per unit length. So what is the potential drop for a length of L1 meter? So just cross multiplication, that is phi into L1. It is minus because, so you are moving like this is the direction of traverse, clockwise direction. Okay, from here to here the potential drop is negative, therefore minus phi L1, which is equal to 0. Therefore this is equal to E, that implies E is equal to phi into L1. Okay, so now if the key is closed, okay, is a resistance box, unplug some resistance, means you are connecting certain finite value of resistance across the cell, close the key. Okay, so now cell sends the current through the external resistance. Whatever the potential drop you are getting, potential difference you are getting across the electrodes of the cell is called terminal potential difference of the cell. Now if K2 is closed, so cell sends the current I through the external resistance. Okay, so move the slider, move the jockey from A to, okay, this point, say from say at this point N2 you are getting, at N2 you are getting 0 deflection. Okay, right, you are moving the slider or jockey from here. Okay, so you have to move until the galvanometer shows 0 deflection. You have to move the jockey on the wire until galvanometer shows 0 deflection. Say at point N2 galvanometer is showing 0 deflection. Okay, that is at a length AN2, for a length AN2 galvanometer is showing 0 deflection. Naturally this length AN2, let it be L2, which is less than L1, because this is for terminal potential difference. When the circuit is closed, when certain value of finite resistance is connected across the cell, you are getting the potential difference across the cell, which is called terminal potential difference, which is less than EMF of the cell. Therefore potential here, the length L2 is naturally less than L1. So if K2 is closed and the slider is moved on the wire for a particular length L2 or at a point N2, galvanometer shows 0 deflection. Now using Kirchhoff's loop rule, to the loop A, K2, G, N2, A, Kirchhoff's loop rule to A, K to G, N to, then to A, then back to A. So direction of traverse is clockwise, okay, starting from A. So you are getting the potential drop across the resistance box, that is nothing but the terminal potential difference across the cell, right? Okay, so therefore V, okay, potential drop, here the higher potential, here is lower potential, from here to here, plus V, plus 0, there is no current flowing through the galvanometer, right? Because now galvanometer shows zero deflection, is showing zero deflection, right? Okay, we obtained the balancing condition, okay, right? So L2 is the balancing length. Since the galvanometer is showing zero deflection, there is no current flowing through the galvanometer, therefore there is no potential drop. Okay, from here to here, this is at lower potential, this is at higher potential, minus phi into L2. So minus phi into L2, because for 1 meter length phi is the potential difference, for L2 meter length what is the potential difference? Phi into L2, that is equal to 0, because you reached this point. Okay, use KVL for this particular loop. Okay, right, here potential difference is V, no current, from here to here it is minus phi into L2, that is equal to 0. So that implies V is equal to phi into L2. Okay, right. So now divide those two equations, equation 1 divided by equation 2. So 1 by 2, so you are getting, or 2 by 1, okay, okay, no problem, 1 by 2. So therefore E by V is equal to, so phi into L1 by phi into L2. So what is E? So EMF of the cell and the terminal potential difference is related by this equation, right? Because terminal potential difference V is equal to E minus IR. So therefore E is equal to V plus IR. So this implies V plus IR by V is equal to L1 by L2. So this implies what is V? Terminal potential difference V, that is a voltage across the resistance box. V is equal to I into R, voltage across the resistance box. Current flowing through the resistor is I, resistance box is I. So potential difference is B, which is equal to I into R. Therefore IR plus IR divided by IR is equal to L1 by L2. So here I is common, I into R plus R divided by R, IR is equal to L1 by L2. So is getting cancelled. So R plus R by R is equal to L1 by L2. So this is 1 plus R by R is equal to L1 by L2. Okay, so therefore R by R is equal to L1 by L2 minus 1, or R by R is equal to L1 minus L2 by L2, or this implies small r is equal to R into L1 minus L2 by L2. Okay, so this is expression for internal resistance. Okay, R is the resistance unplugged in the resistance box, L1 is the balancing length for open circuit for infinite resistance, means when K2 is open. Okay, so L2 is the balancing length for a finite value of resistance, that is when resistance box is connected to the cell, means when K2 is closed. Okay, right? So L1 minus L2 divided by L2. So using this equation you can find out what is the internal resistance of the cell. Okay, so that is about the potentiometer. So what are the advantages of using potentiometer? Okay, so what are the advantages of using a potentiometer? The potentiometer draws no current from the source whose voltage is to be measured. Okay, it is I mean the potentiometer draws no current from the voltage source which is being measured, and the EMF measured by the potentiometer is unaffected by the internal resistance of the cell. Okay, EMF of the cell measured by the potentiometer is unaffected by the internal resistance of the cell. So these are the advantages of using potentiometer. Okay, so that ends the chapter. Okay, so what is a potentiometer? What is the principle of working of a potentiometer? What are try to applications of potentiometer? What are the advantages of using potentiometer? These things are important. So remember that expression, small r is equal to R into L1 minus L2 divided by L2. Okay, right. That finishes the chapter. Thank you.